Hi guys, welcome back to Cardz TV. This is Mary, and it's time for challenge number 91 over at Paper Playtime. And Janice is calling this challenge Winter Fun. This is going to be a good one, guys. And guess who our sponsor is this time? It's me, Cardz TV Stamps. So go over to Paper Playtime, take a look at everything my design team sisters have created for this challenge. It's all super cute. Get entered because the winner is going to get a set of Cardz TV stamps. I'm real happy to get to sponsor this fun challenge. Now I'm going to show you everything that I used to make my card for this Winter Fun challenge. We're using Simply Charmed and Elegant Edges. Our papers are going to come from this adorable paper stack from Michaels. This is a recollection stack called Sugar Plums, and it's got some adorable papers in here. We're going to be using a couple of punches, actually 3. A label punch from EK Success, this cute little dotted scallop punch, also from EK Success, a Martha Stewart fern punch. We'll be using some Martha Stewart flocking, and this is called Swan. This is white. And to use this flocking, we're going to use a Xyron Create a Sticker. We'll be using some Maraschino Baker's Twine from the Twinery. We're going to use a Jingle Bell. Here is our papers for our cards. We've got a white card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This adorable green and white polka dot is 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to add that with my ATG gun. Then these 2 layers I'm going to put together. And I'm not going to adhere these yet because I've got a border that's going around here. But I have a green mat, which is 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. Then this striped mat is also from that cute paper pack. And this is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. So I'm going to get my ATG gun, get these put together, and then we'll come back and get the border put on. Okay, I've got this part adhered down, and I went ahead and adhered the stripe to the green mat, and I put my little border on. And what I did to get this border, I took a 1/2 inch piece of the green cardstock, and I used that little scallop border punch to punch it. Then I cut a 1/2 inch piece of red cardstock, and I lined it up underneath it so that just the bottom edge of the red would show through the little holes in the scallops, and then a little bit of the top of the red cardstock is shown at the top. So this is a 1/2 inch by 3 1/2 inches, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to the front of the card. Our card base is all ready, and I think we're going to go ahead and put our sentiment down here. Now I used the Cardz TV Home for Christmas set, and we'll be using Warm Winter Wishes. And I've used that EK Success label punch. I used some Memento Tuxedo Black ink to stamp that, and I've inked around it very lightly with some Tim Holtz Tea-Dye Distress ink, and I've got this on 1 thickness of foam tape, and we're going to line that up right down here on our little border. And that 1 thickness of foam tape just helps it stand out. Now let me show you what I cut from the Elegant Edges cartridge. I've got so much stuff on my desk here. Oh my goodness. Okay, from Elegant Edges, I cut this circle, this scalloped circle on page 23, and I've cut this at 3 1/4 inches. I cut the bottom of the scallop out of red, and this has got a tiny little polka dot in it. And then I cut the top of the scallop out of that same green as this mat and this little border down here. I'm going to adhere these together and add this right here on the front of my card. From the Simply Charmed cartridge on page 65, there's this little pair of mittens. Actually, it's 1 mitten, and you cut one of them like this, and then you would hit flip and cut the other one, and that gives you a pair of mittens. So I cut this little mitten out at 2 inches out of red and white, and I've got them right here, but I don't have them put together yet. And you can see I did one the regular way and one on flip, and this is out of that red with that tiny little white polka dot in there. Now the reason they're not put together yet is because I'm going to take the 2 little white cuffs and we're going to flock these and make them real soft and kind of fluffy feeling. And I want the sticky on the top part, not the underneath. So what I did, I cut them out, then I flipped them over, and this is the back. I put a little bee on here with a pencil, and I'm going to take my Xyron. This is the handiest little thing. If you don't have one, you can find them at Walmart and most craft stores and scrapbook stores. They're not that expensive, and they're great for little tiny things. They're just wonderful. They make them nice and sticky. Now, because I want this part sticky, I'm putting it in with the back up, where normally you'd put the back down. So I'm going to go ahead and put the first one in and start pulling that through. And when it gets to where I can't see it, I'm going to add the other one. And I'll just tear this off. I forgot my bone folder. Let's see. Normally you would take your bone folder and burnish these really well to make sure that all the glue is staying on the side that you need it on, because this is extremely sticky. But I think this pair of cutter bees with the top on them will work. And I've got a piece of scrap cardstock here, and I've creased it in the center. We're going to use that for our flocking. Now I'm going to pull these apart and take these off, and now these are sticky on this side. So I'm going to lay them down with the sticky side up. I don't know if you can see them on this white cardstock. Now we're going to sprinkle some of the flocking on. I love using this stuff. And I'm just going to press it down on there because I want it pretty thick. Now it's got a nice coating of flocking on there. It's nice and soft. And I'll just take that so you can see where those little stitch lines are. There's one side. Now I've gone ahead and added the little cuffs to the mittens. I put those on with my 2-way glue pen. And I've adhered this one to the circle on the front. And this one I've added a little green button right there. And I also added a little green button on either side of the sentiment. Just had to have some buttons, didn't I, guys? Now, I've got this one on 2 thicknesses of foam tape. And I'm going to add this right there at an angle on top of the other one. There we go. Now, up here, I use that Martha Stewart punch to cut some greenery. It's like a fern. And we're going to add that right there. Here's my finished card for the Paper Playtime Challenge Winter Fun. I think it turned out really cute. Now I added the greenery up here with 2 small glue dots, and then I took a larger glue dot and put behind my jingle bell. And I had run this maraschino baker's twine through the top of the jingle bell, and that larger glue dot has got it secured really, really well. Thanks for stopping by today. I'll see you again really soon. Bye now.